Hi guys! Today we're going to look at the difference between the world transform and the local transform in Unity. So we've got a very simple scene with two cubes that we'll use to go through some examples. If we look at the position of the first cube, we can see it's set at 4 on the x-axis. The other cube is 2 units further along the x-axis at 6. What we're seeing in the inspector at the moment is the position of the cubes in the scene. This is often referred to as the world space position. In this situation, the world position and local position are exactly the same. Local position only becomes relevant when one object is a child of another. Let's drag one cube to be a child of the other. Notice how the cube has stayed in exactly the same place in the scene, but now the x position has changed from 6 to 2. This is now showing the position of the cube local to its parent. So the first cube is at x position 4 and the second cube is 2 units further along. If we move the first cube around, the second cube moves with it. Even though the second cube now has a different world position, the inspector is showing the local position and will always stay the same. To better illustrate what's going on, we have a script attached to an object in the scene. This just simply logs the values of position and local position for the two cubes. Let's run the game and see what happens. We can see that the position and local position for the first cube are exactly the same. Both are showing the position in the scene. Because it has no parent, the local position isn't relevant. If we look at the values for the second cube, we can see the values are different. Position shows the actual position in the scene, and local position shows the position local to the parent cube. One really important thing to understand is what happens when we update these values. For example, let's say we wanted to set the position of the second cube to 10 on the x-axis via a script. We're setting the position value, so what we're saying is that we want the cube to be at position 10 in the scene. Let's run this to see what happens. Now we can see that the position is at 10, which is what we want. Unity has automatically updated the local position to 6 to create the required offset from the parent. Let's go back to the script and change it to set the local position instead. Let's run this to see the difference. Now the local position is as we set it, but the world position is 4 higher due to the parent having an x position of 4. So if we want to change the position to a specific position in the scene, then we use the position property. If we want to change the offset from the parent, then we use the local position property. The same also applies for rotation and scale. For example, if we rotate the parent cube, then the child cube rotates with it. Even though the world rotation of the child cube has changed, the local rotation is still showing as 0 in the inspector. We can then change the rotation values of the second cube to add some local rotation. Okay, hopefully that's been helpful in explaining the difference between world and local space. A big thank you to all our patrons, we really appreciate you helping to support the channel. If you'd like to help and also get access to the source code, you can find details in the description. Please leave any questions or feedback in the comments and subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss the next one. Thanks guys!